Hello, dear students of Grade 10 English. I am Nguyễn Thái Phương, a group representative from the English Department of Ho Chi Minh City University of Education. Today, we are continuing with the second part of Unit 3, specifically to learn the grammar point of compound sentences, which is being summarized here. Before we come to compound sentences, let's go back a little bit to what we studied in Grade 7. We learned about a simple sentence which contains a subject and a verb. Each simple sentence has one independent clause, like these two here. Jane wakes up at 5:30 a.m. and she goes to work at 6:30 a.m. We can connect these independent clauses with a comma and the word and. Like this. Say it with me. Jane wakes up at 5:30 a.m., comma, and she goes to work at 6:30 a.m. Right. By connecting two or more independent clauses, we have formed a more complicated sentence. We call it a compound sentence. Let's build the structure of compound sentences with the example we just had. We learned that we must have at least two independent clauses. We can also see that there must be a comma in the middle. Well, what we have left is the word and. Linguists call it a coordinating conjunction. So now we have the structure for a compound sentence. Remember that we can connect even more independent clauses than just two. We shall talk a little bit about our use of this type of sentence. Since we are connecting clauses, compound sentences help us unite related ideas. Also, these sentences can flow smoother because we can tell our ideas together instead of stopping after each one. I would like you to take a screenshot now for later review. And isn't the only possible coordinating conjunction. We also have or, but, and so. I have three examples for you here and three functions for the conjunctions. I want you to match the two columns, so pause if you need more time. Okay, so here's the answer. Or is used to introduce another possibility, but is used to introduce something different or the opposite of what you have just said. Finally, so is used to introduce the reason for something. Take a screenshot of this as well. For the remainder of the video, we are going through some practice, 3 exercises to be exact. Here's the first one. For this exercise, you are given two sentences and a coordinating conjunction, and you are going to form a compound sentence. Take number 1 as an example. We have the simple sentences, they arrived early at the show, they had great seats, and the conjunction so. Combining those and with a comma in the middle, we have our answer, they arrived early at the show, comma, so they had great seats. Pause the video to do the remaining 3 by yourself. And the rest of the answers are here. 2. We could start the movie now, or we could wait for Julia to arrive. 3 and 4 are on the screen. Next, we have exercise 2. It's similar to the last one, but we have to choose a suitable conjunction between two given options. To do this, you have to think back to the use of different conjunctions from before. In number 1, for instance, the first sentence talks about being a jazz fan, and the second one talks about the favorite type of jazz. These are not opposites, so but isn't appropriate here, and is. We then have I am a jazz fan, and my favorite style is from the late 1960s. Again, pause the video for some time to do the rest. For this one, you should write your answers in the comments because I'll only tell you the correct conjunctions, not the whole compound sentence. So for 2, we have but for opposite ideas, 3 is or for different possibilities, and 4 is so for introducing a reason. Lastly, I'd like to change a little and listen to you. In exercise 3, you are going to talk about your favorite music artist, and your speech should include some compound sentences. You can start with something like, my favorite artist is Taylor Swift. She was born in 1989 and she grew up in the United States, and so on. Record your answers and send a link to them in the comments. It will be wonderful to hear from you. Sadly as it is, that's the end of our lesson today. Thanks for watching the video. Please comment down below the answers to the exercises and any questions you still have. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.